So we're going to talk about the Pythagorean theorem and the distance formula in this video. So one application of radicals involves right triangles. And if you remember, a right triangle is a triangle that contains one right angle, which is 90 degrees. The relationship among the three sides of a right triangle is described by the Pythagorean theorem. And what the Pythagorean theorem says is that the sum of the squares of the two legs, so that's our A and our B, this is a leg and this is a leg, that if we square each of those and add them together, we get the square of the length of the hypotenuse, which is the side opposite the 90-degree angle. So for example, a rectangular plot of land that is 5 meters long and 12 meters wide is between your dorm and the science building. So let's draw a rectangle here. Our dorm, it says, is adjacent to the southeast corner of the park. So our dorm is down here, and the science building is at the northwest corner. So the science building is up here, and we know that this is 12 meters, and the other side of the park is 5 meters. That's what it tells us in the problem. It says there's a pedestrian route that runs straight from the dorm to the science building. So that goes across the middle. Here's our right angle, and we need to find the distance. So we'll call that distance C because it's the hypotenuse. So we have C squared equals 5 squared, that's one side, plus 12 squared, which is the other side. So C squared equals 25 plus 144, which is 169 when we add them together. And now we use the square root property. So we take the square root of both sides, and we get C equals plus or minus 13. But remember, we're talking about distances here. So that means that the negative makes no sense because we can't have a negative distance. So the distance we have to walk is 13 meters. Okay, let's try a second problem. We have a 10-foot ladder resting against the side of the house. So here's the house, and we have a ladder resting against it. The ladder is 10 feet tall. That means this is 10 feet. And the base of the ladder, that's right here, is 4 feet from the house. So this distance is 4 feet. So we need to know how high off the ground the top of the ladder is. So we need to find this side. So we know that C squared equals A squared plus B squared. So C squared equals, C is 10. So we need 10 squared equals 4 squared plus B squared. So 10 squared is 100. 4 squared is 16. Now we subtract 16 from both sides. And we get 84 equals b squared. And we take the square root of both sides. So, let's see. 84, if we break it down, we have 7 times 12. 12 is 3 times 4. And 4 is 2 times 2. So the square root of 84 is 7 times 3 times 2 times 2. And since these 2's are a pair, they come out front and leave us with a 21 inside. So we have 2 square root of 21 for b. Remember, technically, because of the square root property, that's a plus or a minus 2 square root of 21, but negative distance makes no sense. So our b here equals 2 times the square root of 21 feet.